Hello my friends, back for another What I Ate in a Day video, and here is my daily lime water or lemon, and I just squeeze the ends in here. I'll squeeze the rest after, but this is my lime water and I drink a liter of it every morning. It's really refreshing and very hydrating. Then for breakfast, today I'm having 4 bananas, 4 dates, some blackberries, and this here is sea buckthorn, and it's a berry that's really high in omega-7 and a lot of other nutrients. So I'm going to blend that up with about a liter of water, and this is only half the smoothie. The other half is waiting for me to finish this. Then for snacks, I had 3 bananas and a passion fruit. This passion fruit was so yum. They are expensive here, so I only get them for a treat. So before I made lunch, I decided that for dinner I wanted to have zoodles with tomato marinara and these marinated mushrooms. So I decided to get those going before I actually made and ate lunch, so they have a little bit more time to marinate. And the marinade sauce is just coconut aminos and the juice of a lime. So I'm just going to get those all nice and coated, and then I'm going to add half of these green onions. The other half is for my lunch salad, and some smoked paprika and chili flakes. To marinate with that, you could add other things like garlic or cilantro, whatever you want to add to this to marinate together. Stir that all up nice, get everything in there, and then we're going to put it in a nice sunny spot on my counter. The heat helps with the marinade, and the sun actually increases the vitamin D content of the mushrooms. It's the only plant food that has vitamin D in it and is increased while it's in the sun, so I'm going to let that sit there for a couple hours. Here we go. This is going to be lunch. I'm going to eat this entire head of butterleaf lettuce. You can see it's a living lettuce. It's got its roots, and red pepper, green onions, this hot pepper, all of those tomatoes, and this huge cucumber I'm going to have. And my sauce will be my French dressing with ginger and garlic, including chia seeds as well for my fat. Here is my head of lettuce chopped up in my giant bowl, all of those tomatoes, all of those cucumbers, my green onions, and here's my little bit of hot pepper because it was actually pretty hot, so I'm not going to add too much. There's my dressing. And I'm just going to add that to my salad. Here we go. This is absolutely delicious. I added some sesame seeds on top for extra calcium and actually vitamin E. There's a lot of vitamin E in sesame seeds, so I just added that for the little extra boost. And just as a side note, in this dressing, I added a Brazil nut to get my selenium. And that big piece of ginger that you guys saw, I actually used the whole thing because it was a young ginger. So you would want to use less if you're using a typical piece of ginger. Now I am stirring my mushrooms. They've been marinating for about 1 or 2 hours, and I'm just going to stir them up here and get them all nice. They'll marinate for another maybe 1 or 2 hours before I use them. Here are my zoodles for dinner. It's dinner time, and my basil. Here is my marinara, and I'm sorry guys, I can't share the recipe for this marinara. I'm going to put it in my recipe book that will be out in 2016, but it's a raw marinara made with sun-dried tomatoes and fresh tomatoes, and I just stirred in my marinated mushrooms to make a chunky mushroom tomato sauce for on top of my zoodles. So I'm not going to eat all of the sauce. I'm saving some for tomorrow, but I'm going to add that basil to that and have this for dinner. It is so awesome to eat this way. I love everything that I eat. And today I got 2,200 calories and 99% of my nutrition because I added the vitamin D and B12 pill. And this is one of my favorite days because I do so well at 8% fats. This is 86% carbs and 6% protein. Phenomenally well on this diet, very close to the 80-10-10 style that I try to follow. So if you guys like my video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and 2grand, all at Raw Food Romance. And I'll see you guys another time. Until then, fruit on.